Assalamu alaikum. So in the last class we have discussed about the power flow equation at the rectifier side, and we have derived this equation, and similarly we have derived the equation at the inverter side, the power flow equation. Okay, and then we have derived that the loss in this DC link will be square of the difference, okay, of the voltages. We have derived this formula for loss also. Now today we'll extend that section of power flow equation and derive some more thing. Okay, so we are concerned about the power flow at the middle of the line. Okay, so I am putting it at d PDM. So what is the power at the middle of the line? So mathematics tells us that if you have power at the ends of the line, the power at the middle of the line will be the average of these two. So I can say the average of these two. So PD1, that is the rectifier side, plus PD2, and to take the average, that is divided by 2. So if you put the values of PD1 here and PD2 here, so you can get, so if you see here, this minus UD1 UD2 upon R, and this is plus UD1 UD2 upon R. So this minus and this plus get cancelled. So you are left with UD1 square minus UD2 square upon R, and that is divided by 2. So you will get UD1 square minus UD2 square and divided by 2R, right? So this is your PD, that is the power at the middle of the line. Now here again, if you see here, it is that square of your voltage and there is a difference. Okay, now again I'll recalculate, because here if you see here, there is the terms are the multiplications of the ends voltage and the square, so it does not seems like it is having some pattern means what? Now if you check here, the loss power, it has a difference of the end voltage. If you check the voltage of your middle of the line, it has some difference, square of the voltage and then the subtraction of the end voltage, right? So again I'll recalculate, I'll make sure that it comes either square or it comes in the this difference. Okay, so again I'm recalculating the sending end, or PD1. So PD1, I can tell that PD1 is power at the middle, right, plus power at the middle plus half the losses, half the total loss. Means what here? I know you will see why we are doing this. I will tell you once I derive it. Now this is the middle power, and there is some loss will be here. Okay, so the total loss is this much. So PL is total loss from here to here, but what I am taking, this much is half of the PL, right? And there here it is half of the loss. So what I can say, if you add this much loss, so I have already calculated this power I have already calculated this power. Now if I add this much, half of that loss, we will get the power at this end, right? So that's what I am doing here. So what I can write here, PDM is UD1 square minus UD2 square divided by 2R, right? Plus total loss is this, and half of that loss, so you will get UD1 minus UD2 whole square divided by 2R, right? So here if you find out, the thing is, if you check this formula and this formula, here the difference terms is coming, but here the multiplication of the two side on voltage is there. So you can calculate this also, but this three formulas, if you say this 1, 2 and 3, if you check out, it has some equivalent terms, right? So that's the advantage. That's why I have again recalculated it. Similarly, if you want to calculate PD2, so PD2 is this side voltage. So you can do the voltage thing like that. That this volt, I will do middle part. I know this part. Middle voltage is this much, and then minus this, right? Minus half of the total loss, right? So what I can write? PDM minus half of the total loss, right? So what I can do similarly, just the sign changes. So UD1 square minus UD2 square divided by 2R minus of UD1 UD2 whole square divided by 2R. So this is my formula. So here I have calculated the middle of the DC link power, the sending end DC link power, and your receiving ends DC link power in terms of your voltages, right? So that's we'll do one numerical, and you will find out how to calculate. So the first question, a bipolar two terminal HVDC link is delivering 1000 megawatt at plus minus 500 kV at the receiving end. The total loss in the DC circuit is 60 megawatt. Calculate the sending end power, power in the middle of the line, sending end voltage, voltage in the middle of the line, and the total resistance of the circuit. Now here, this is one term, bipolar two terminal. I know I haven't explained this term, so I will explain it in the next class, because I have planned somewhat like uh, first I'll derive some power equation, then I will go for numerical, then it's somewhat interesting, making the lecture interesting. Okay, that's why I have not discussed. I will discuss in the later section, and then we will go for the economics of HVDC link. Okay, so here, so just bear with me for some two lectures, then you will get to know that what this bipolar, what this homopolar, and what all those things comes. Okay, now here come to question. It tells that it is delivering 1000 megawatt and at plus minus 500 kV at the receiving end. Okay, so here I have already shown you that there is two rectifiers and transformers, right? So this was our rectifier end, and this is our inverter side, right? Now that's the function. Now this is our rectifier side, and this is our inverter side. So what it talks about the 1000 megawatt at receiving end. It talks about, so you have PD2 is equal to 1000 megawatt, PD2 at 1000 megawatt. And so how we have to calculate the sending end power, right? We have to calculate the sending end power. So I have derived the sending end power is uh, how can you can decide, and what is the loss, the total loss of the circuit. So this is the total loss, right? So this is the total loss is 60 megawatt, right? So if I want to have PD2, so PD1, sorry, PD1. So PD1 will be the sum of this side, this end power plus this end power, because the total power is coming from, incoming power is coming from this side, right? So uh, this PD1 will be the sum of the loss and PD2. So I can tell PD1 is equal to 1000 plus 60, right? So that's 1060 megawatt. So you got this. Now similarly, if you want to calculate the power at the middle of the line, so this is the middle of the line. So I can either do half of the loss will be 30, right? So what is the PDM? PDM will be PD1 minus this much, right? So you can do like this: PDM PD1 plus 30. So, oh sorry, PDM minus 30, right? Minus 30. So you can put it 1030. So other ways, PDM you can calculate PD2 plus 30, right? So that's a 1030. Another way, if you want to do, go for it. So you have PD1 plus PD2 divided by 2. Do it. You'll get the same 1030. So either ways you can do it. You just have to know about the power flow equation. If you know the power flow equation, you will understand how it is going on. Okay. Now, next is next we have to find out that the voltage, right? Sending end voltage. So you can calculate the sending end voltage. Now here, if you see that the term plus minus 500 kV. Okay, I'll calculate it. So in the next part, that is your sending end voltage and voltage at the middle, and this third one, the total resistance. This will be calculated once I will discuss the bipolar terminal and types of polarity. Then only I can discuss this. Okay, so better bear with me for some more time, and you need to do one numerical by yourself. The next question I will give you. Okay. This question, this is a bipolar HVDC line has UD1 is equal to plus minus 530 kV, UD2 plus minus 500 kV, R is equal to 60 ohm, total of two poles. Okay, so I'll explain this term also, what is two poles means. Calculate the power at the middle of the line, at the sending end and at the receiving end. So you do it by yourself. How to, I have already derived the formula of middle of the line, sending end and receiving end, and calculate the answer and comment it on the Google Classroom. Okay, now some of you have asked about the answers of the one of the problem that I have not given you. I'll explain that. So here in this problem, we need to discuss what is your C3. So C3 was given as 0.75 microfarad compared with the question, right? Now here, if you, I have modeled this circuit C3 as here, so you can write C3 as these two are in series, and this is in parallel, so you can write CS plus CC divided by 2. So this is your series combination plus CC. So you will get it 3CC plus CS upon 2, right? Now you can If you check the previous formula, so this is nothing but your C per phase. C per phase. So C per phase, you can write it as 2 into C3. So if you want to 2 into C3, that is 2 into 0.75 microfarad, right? So you'll get it, it's 1.5 microfarad. Now, as the question is asking per kilometer, so just divide it with the per kilometer part. So you'll get 0.3 microfarad per kilometer. Okay. Now talking about the dielectric loss. So dielectric loss will be, as it is a three-phase system, so 3 into V per phase square into omega. Omega, that is I am writing it 2 pi f c. Okay, 2 pi f c, and multiplied by 2 pi f c and multiplied by tan delta, right? So just put the value. Now what I can write, 3 into V per phase. V per phase, this is the line voltage. So put the line voltage 11 by root 3 square into 2 pi f, 2 pi into 50 C per phase. So C per phase, you can take this 1.5 and multiplied by tan delta. Multiplied by tan delta, that 1.5 micro. Remember this micro, 10 to the power minus 6, and multiplied by tan delta, right? So multiply it. So you will get some answer, and then divide this by the 5 kilometer. Whatever you get the answer here, because the answer is in per kilometer. So divide that with per kilometer part, you'll get 28.5 kilometer. Sorry, 28.5 watt per kilometer. Okay, 28.5 watt per kilometer. Per kilometer. So remember this, how we have done this problem. Okay, so it will be beneficial for you. So we'll discuss more on your types of HVDC line. Okay, do the previous problem and give your answers. Thank you.